So at Aetna, and let me just back up for a second. So my role was created this year, and I joined Aetna 4 months ago. So we are still pretty much in the infancy of really still refining and implementing our social media strategy at Aetna. But that said, the work and the thought process around what would eventually become our social media strategy has been ongoing for more than 2 years. So, being from the industry side on this panel, in a highly regulated industry, certainly there are a lot of moving pieces and a lot of things that go into creating a meaningful presence and creating a strategy that works not only for the business, but more importantly for the communities that we'll serve. So we had to do a lot of work to lay the groundwork for that presence. And so a lot of it was building policy, being really smart about how we did that and how we built a flexible policy that would grow with us as our social presence would mature. A lot of the second piece is a lot of the process. So what is the workflow that actually governs how you effectively engage in social media, and how does that work within a really large matrix organization? And how do you make it so that it really flows simply and doesn't become a barrier to that engagement? We had a lot of, built a real big piece of our strategy around training. We are a large, very traditional organization that is engaging in a massive cultural shift. We're moving ourselves into becoming a social organization, and that doesn't happen overnight. So we're bringing in, some talent that, can help lead the way, and we're building that functionality internally, but we are also making sure that we're helping to foster that cultural change among the organization that exists today. And so a lot of that is training our executives and training, every employee at every level. So that's a big part of really making that change effective.
So does Aetna have a Facebook page of its own? Aetna on Facebook? I could go like that page if you like Aetna.
So I would say we don't have an Aetna page. We have a couple of pieces of our organization and programs that have some Facebook pages. So our student health organization, for instance, has a Facebook page that's pretty active. We have a regular annual campaign called the Healthy Food Fight. We partner with Bobby Flay and really inspire people to eat healthy and live healthy. We have a Facebook page for that as well. But that'll be on my plate to help to really create sort of our strategy for that channel and creating our Aetna presence.
Right. So is Aetna going to be maybe putting some blog postings together? Is there going to be a blog in the future for Aetna?
We will have a corporate blog as well, yes, and that's also in development. Right now we were focusing quite a bit on Twitter because we wanted to. We knew that our audience was there, and we've been listening. That's another big piece of very early on putting in our listening strategy, understanding what conversations were taking place already that we unfortunately weren't yet able to be actively a part of. So we knew those conversations were there, and people wanted to have that conversation. So we prioritized that. So now we're on Twitter, we're able to be a part of those discussions, and we'll take the next steps as well. But blogging and Facebook and certainly some other channels are a part of that.